Guys, it's the late fire starter. Been long gone. I'm sorry. I'm back. I have a lot to update you, and I don't want to take long because I have a lot to show you, and it's going to be a long video, so I apologize for that. But if you want to see all my updates on all my things, I updated the sheet and everything, and I just got all these things, and I hit a huge milestone. So I just wanted to share that with you. So without further ado, let's check the sheet and see how it's going. Thanks for sticking with me. Sorry once again. I do have some ideas for other future videos, so I'm going to get back into this game hopefully. But right now, let's just get caught up. 2021 sheet, January, February, March. Let's go. A lot to show you because I've been slacking so much. It's been like 3 months since we've done this. But as you can see, if you've seen my last one updates of my portfolio, I've done some serious changes to the sheet here. And the main thing you're going to see is the color coding. But what I did was I reordered everything and color coded it. And so what you're going to see here with the dark blue, these are my main ETFs. These are my main funds. And so when you look at, for example, my portfolio weight, my biggest weight are still VYM. VYM is an ETF, and so it holds over 400 different stocks. SPHD, XLE, all these are ETFs. Okay, so these are my main big ETFs. Then you have this lighter blue. These are also ETFs or closed-end funds that are more income-based. So these are my 4 main income-based players. What you're going to see here, you're going to see some higher yields. So instead of 7, 5, 3, 2, you're going to get 12, 7, 10, 10 kind of thing. So these are, what I'm really trying to use to get up my overall yield, to get my overall number up. Then you're going to see just my basic stock holdings of different dividend payers. These are going to range anywhere from 14 and 15. These are, this is a BDC. I did a one on that, and some gas plays. Then you're going to see some more general, Johnson & Johnson, 2.8, 3. So I've got some good ones here. VTRS, I expect to start paying a dividend. It was a spinoff, right? It was a spinoff of, what was it? A spinoff of Johnson & Johnson or Pfizer? It was a spinoff of Johnson & Johnson. Yes, sorry. So I got just 6 free shares of that. And that is their generic drug play. So there's talk of them starting a dividend, so I'm leaving it here. SunPower was a free stock I got from Robinhood, and it's just kind of come with me. I've never sold it for whatever reason, so it's just sitting there. It doesn't pay dividends, but it's just an original, so I left it in the white. You'll understand what I mean by why I left it in the white here. Okay, so the pink, this is what I'm calling random plays. When you get down in the pink and yellow here, you're going to see that I veered away from my traditional boring dividend investing and income investing, and it's killed me. So these are what I'm calling random plays. So these are kind of like shooting for a home run. This is like going out there and just, hopefully hitting a home run. And as you can see, I'm not investing a ton. The biggest one I invested in was this MUST, and that's actually one that I'm up a little bit. So that's good news. And it pays a dividend, a small, not a huge dividend. This one also pays a dividend. The other one I'm obviously up a lot is this INND, and then I'm up on this CTHR. Otherwise, I'm down 23%, 37%, 49%, 12%, 52%, 56%. So I'm just holding these. Look at that, 271 down to 120. Luckily, it's not a huge play, but yeah, it's just not fun to see. Then in the yellow here, I really got into SPACs for a little bit, and SPACs were hot, and then SPACs got killed. A SPAC is a special acquisition company, and so what it is basically a company that is a way to get around the whole IPO process. IPO stands for initial public offering. So when a company goes public, goes onto the stock market, like Coinbase just did, they open with an IPO and they have to go through a banking institute, and you can't get in before it gets to the market. These have been around for a while, but with the democratization of the market, these have become really popular. And a SPAC is basically a venture capitalist or two, some people that get together, and every SPAC share is worth $10 when it comes to market. And then it goes up and based on rumors and all kinds of things. And then what happens is the SPACs they merge with another company and they try to bring that company public. So, for example, the biggest one in the news is this CCIV. This CCIV has merged with Lucid Motors. And so Lucid Motors is coming out with the Lucid Air, and they're, going to compete with Tesla and all that stuff. And so, I recently actually just bought 50 shares because it came down so much. But if you look at these SPAC holdings, they are all red. And anywhere from down, just a little over 1% to down, 30, 35, 33, 33, 30, 33. So I've gotten hit here, and I've put a little more into some of these, right? So this 35, 1575 is down to 1,011, or, 1250 is down to 1,005. Now this whole space just kind of got hit nonsensically. When CCIV first announced they were merging with Lucid, it went up to like $60 and then just tanked because the valuation on Lucid was overvalued. As a result, people thought the SPAC mania was overheated, and so everything just went back down to like that $10 range, which, that's what it started at. So I got hit with some of the mania, as you can see. Oh, and these numbers are moving because this is live market right now. Then lastly, I have the blue. This is my Roth, which I started in 2020. I haven't funded for 2021 yet. And as you can see, I have some JEPI in there, which is up. I have this Corsair Gaming, which is up. And I have Nano Dimensions, which was way up. It was up like 100% at one point. Now it's down 18%. These are just long holds. I'm not too worried about it. Then you have my overall value, my overall investment, and my overall return. So I'm up 1630. This is my current yield this is my yield currently if I bought everything. This is my overall yield on cost. And so this is my current yield for my overall holdings. Then what I have here is my dividend stocks. So this is my dividend stock value, my dividend stock investment, and my dividend stock return. So as you can see, my dividend stocks and ETFs, I have a personal return rate of 21.27, whereas I'm weighed down by this speculation trading that I've been doing lately. And so I'm pretty much done with this. Like I said, I did buy some of the CCIV today, or actually yesterday, because the price came down, and I actually have a limit order in there if it drops down to 20.35 to double it and average cost down. But other than that, I'm not really messing with this anymore. I'm getting back into these plays here. So that's what I'm going on there. What I've done is the random plays, that's the pink, and the yellow is the SPAC. So as you can see, my SPACs, I'm down heaviest. I'm down a total of $1,514 on my SPACs, and I'm down a total of $718 on my random plays. Once again, I'm holding these for a while, but those were just, it was me going away from my strategy, and I really shouldn't have. Now let's look at my annual total. This is big news, guys. I finally hit the $500 average mark. So my average monthly is $503.89 with a total annual of $6,046.71. So this is huge right here. This is huge news. I'm excited to finally hit that 500 mark. I would have gotten there sooner if I didn't get caught up in all this random play here. So that's live and learn, right? Now let's look at the monthly dividends for 2021. I haven't updated you guys at all on this. So I'm just going to throw this up here. This is my January payouts. So I had the JEPI. The JEPI in blue is because I have JEPI in my taxable and JEPI in my Roth. So I separate those. ANIV, this is a huge holding of mine, guys. This is my my huge BDC holding. And they've been doing this special dividend every month, as you'll see. So they pay quarterly, but so they pay me $153 plus this special. The QYLD, MOAGNC, UTG, QYLD again. This was for January and this was for February. They don't always pay exactly at the same date. QYLD doesn't. This is my closed fund, Eaton Vance, and then my ETFs. So in February, Campbell Soup, Tea, the JEPI again, the AGNC again, this AM, which is a pipeline gas, EPD, PAEO again, ETY again, and then my monthly ETF payers. Then we come down to March, and March is a big month for all of these, quarterly dividend payers. So I had the QLD again. Then there's that little must holding, the 2 Jeppies. Pfizer came in, AG&C, Johnson & Johnson, ExxonMobil, 3M, OVYM. That's a big one for me. RTX, XLE, VX, BP. Then I call it SHUV. And then there's another QLD. Then the IDV, my Eaton Vance again, and my monthly ETFs that pay. And then so far for April, I should probably not even throw out April. Let's not throw in April. Let's save that. So I'm just going to update you for the first 3 months of 2021. When you come over here, you see my monthly total for January was $414.46. Monthly total for February was $321.20. And then March, the biggie, monthly total was $536.62. So it's going to go like that every third month. So my next big month is going to be June. I'm going to be above 500. But if we look at, going forward, my average monthly is going to be 500. And I did that through really just including my JEPI, even though it's not automatic. I overrode it and I was conservative with it. What you have here then is my covered calls, my puts, and things like that. Another thing I did was I ventured back into buying calls. So I had done different options years ago, and I made a lot of money and I lost a lot of money. And I kind of was done with it. And I was only selling covered calls and cash secured puts. But I did do some buying of calls, and I just, I lost $368 here. I lost $193 there. I lost $67 there. So I took a hit on my income from my covered calls. Overall, I think if you look at it, if it's expired, it means I just made that money. This got assigned, so I sold my AA, but then I bought some back, and these things got expired. So if you look at all of this, I'm basically up $85. However, I need to update this actually, because these all expire Friday, and we'll see what happened. Actually, this Tesla SPAD this expired. This expired, so I just made $69.70 on that. Let's go up here. All right, so the Tesla spread, I made some different money off the Tesla spread. I made 85, 97. Tesla's so volatile that it's a good one to do spreads on. What a credit spread is, I sell a put on Tesla, meaning I'm going to buy Tesla if it drops a certain amount. So I say, okay, I'll buy Tesla shares at $500 in a week or whatever. And that makes me money. Then I say I will buy a put. I'll buy a put, which means I will buy 100 shares of Tesla at, $490, and that cost me less than what I made. So the selling of the put, let's say I make $1,069 on, and then the buying the put, it cost me $1,000, so then I profit $69.70. And as long as Tesla never goes that far down, I just make the $69.70. The protection there is if Tesla bombs, if it goes down to like 400, and I've got to sell 100 Tesla shares at $500. That means I have to buy 100 shares to sell them. Well, if it's down to 400, I can buy 100 shares of Tesla at $490, and then sell them at $500. So then what I'm losing is $1,000. So to me, it was safe enough. I had it low enough. That's why the profit's not that good, that it's really safe. But in the event that the whole world blows up and Tesla just dives to zero or something crazy, the most I'm out is $1,000. So it's it's risking $1,000 to make $70. It's really not worth it. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it anymore, but I was just playing around with it. So those are my covered calls and my things. This is my poor man's covered call that I've been playing around with. I'm just doing it with this YCBD. So I bought a call, a leap they call it, because it was 2 years out. So it expires in January 2023. So I've got a couple years still. And the strike price is $2.50. So that cost me $300. Then what I'm doing is every month I'm selling a monthly covered call on these shares that I don't even own, but I have the right to own them. And so I sold YCB at a strike price of $7.50 and I made $21. And then last month I did it again and made $24. This will expire this Friday, so I'll do it again on 4/16, and then, because it expires 4/16 here. And so just over the years, I will pay back what this cost me, and if YCBD goes way up, I'll make money. So this is also just sort of a learning fun thing for me to do. I'm not invested that much in it, and so far so good. So that's my whole gig. The main thing that we're looking at here is this right here, this magic number, this beat the 500. Excited about that. Also, I've been asked to share this spreadsheet because I have so many things automated. Literally all I do when I buy something, so I'll show you here. When I bought CCIV, I put CCIV in this cell. I put how many shares, and then I put how much I spent. And then everything else gets populated itself. The one exception was, if you look here, I have this formula. I grab the annual dividend, right? I grab the annual dividend from FinViz. And so I let it automatically update. That way I don't have to constantly look at all these different stocks and if their dividend changed. However, JEPI, if you notice, I just put 420 in there. The reason is JEPI has not even been around a year, so it's not showing up in FinViz. And so this was artificially low, and I was just going to leave it there. But because I knew the JEPI got me above 500, I just went ahead and I manually put in a conservative annual pay, because JEPI's all over the place. Right? There was 1 month that we got paid, over 50 cents for a while, and then down to 30 cents, and then it's just they pay you what they make. So I looked at the whole course of the year, and I took the second lowest so far, which was, I think, 35 cents. So there was one that was 28, then there was 35 cents, and then there was some 38 cents and some 50s and 40s and 59, so it was all over the place. But I just basically took the second lowest and I multiplied it by 12. And that's how I get to this number here. Next stop, folks, is 1,000 a month. If I stop being stupid and playing with these random SPACs and other plays and wasting money on options, then hopefully we will get there sooner rather than later. Definitely by the end of 2021. I think it's a possibility, especially if I start putting way more money into these. However, let's be realistic here and let's shoot for a goal of let's say 700 by the end of the year, because I think that's realistic. I'm also put all my drips back on. I took all my drips off and I was going to do stuff, but I took all my drips off because I was wasting my dividends on these things, and I just needed a break. So I'm dripping again back to there. This is my sheet. I've talked way too long. I will share this in the comments. Again, I did that once on one video, but some people have been asking me for the sheet, and it is changed. So I'm going to share this. It's a Google Sheet. You can just click on it. If you need personal access, because I'm going to try to make it open, but if for some reason you can't get on, if it's not being shared, just let me know in the comments and send me an email, and we can work that out. Or just give me your email and I can put you in there. I really don't have that many people watching these videos, and so if I have to manually put people's emails in there, I don't think it'll take very much time. So if you're with me still, thanks for watching this whole time. Once again, sorry it was really long. If I get back on the horse and I keep doing these videos, then my monthly updates will be back to normal size. Not as long as this, but since I was updating everything with you, then it ended up being a lot longer than I planned. However, we're caught up. We're doing this, and let's get to financial independence. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.